You've probably been told that if you have a collection on your credit report, you just have to pay it and everything will be fine. But what if I told you that just paying that collection isn't the magic fix you think it is? What if I told you that in many cases, if your goal is to actually get the account deleted, rushing to pay might be the wrong move? The law says that most negative items can legally stay on your credit report for 7 years, even after you've paid them. But the very same law gives you the power to challenge those collections and, in many cases, get them deleted for good. The system has rules, and if you don't know them, you're playing a losing game. In this video, I'm going to show you the right way to handle collections in 2026. We'll break down the laws that banks and collectors use, and I'll give you a step-by-step blueprint to challenge, negotiate, and remove collection accounts from your credit report. Section 1. The problem with paying collections. The biggest myth in credit repair is that paying off a collection makes it disappear. It doesn't. When you pay a collection, the account status on your credit report is typically updated from unpaid collection to paid collection. While that's an improvement, a paid collection is still a negative mark that can drag your credit score down. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Newer scoring models like FICO 9, FICO 10, and the recent Vantage scores do ignore paid collections. So if your lender uses one of these, paying the debt can give your score a real boost. The problem is, many lenders, especially for mortgages, still use older FICO models that see a paid collection and treat it as a significant blemish. It tells them you had a serious financial misstep, and the record of that misstep stays. This is where the frustration kicks in. You do what you think is the responsible thing, pay the debt, but your score barely budges because the lender is using an older model. The damage isn't just the balance owed, it's the history of the account itself. But there is a way to fix this. It starts with understanding why collections can be removed in the first place. Section 2. The why, your rights under the law. So, how can a collection even be removed? It all comes down to one powerful federal law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. This law is your new best friend. The FCRA dictates what can be on your credit report, for how long, and, most importantly, it gives you the right to demand that all information be accurate and verifiable. Here are the core rules you need to know. 1. The 7-year rule. Most negative items, including collections, can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Crucially, this 7-year clock starts from the date of first delinquency, the date you first missed a payment with the original creditor and never caught up. It absolutely does not restart if the debt is sold to a new collection agency. If an agency tries to report a newer date to keep it on your report longer, they are illegally re-aging the debt. 2. The right to an investigation. The FCRA gives you the absolute right to dispute any information you believe is inaccurate, incomplete, or unverified. When you file a dispute, the credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion have about 30 days to investigate your claim with the company that reported it. Be aware, this period can be extended to 45 days if you provide more information during the investigation. This is the powerful lever we're going to use. If the credit bureau can't verify the information with the collection agency, or if the agency doesn't respond in time, the bureau must delete the item. This isn't a magic trick, but it's a potent tool because collection agencies often have messy or incomplete records, making it hard for them to prove the debt meets the FCRA's strict standards. Section 3. The how, your step-by-step removal plan. Alright, enough theory. Let's get into the game plan. We're going to walk through the exact strategies you can use depending on your specific situation. Step 1. Get all 3 of your credit reports. Before you do anything else, you need to see exactly what the collectors are reporting about you. The only place to get your official free credit reports is annualcreditreport.com. You can and should pull your reports from all 3 bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Don't use third-party apps for this initial pull. You need the full detailed reports directly from the source. Once you have them, find the collection account and get ready to put it under a microscope. Step 2. The dispute strategy for inaccurate information. This is your first and most powerful line of attack. You're going to scrutinize every single detail of that collection entry on each report. You're looking for any inaccuracy, no matter how small. Compare the entries across all 3 bureaus. Look for discrepancies in account numbers. Balances owed, are they different? Dates, date opened, date of first delinquency, etc. The original creditor's name. If you find even one piece of conflicting or incorrect information, you have a valid reason to dispute the account's accuracy. This doesn't guarantee a deletion. The Bureau might just correct the error, but it forces them to prove everything. Often, they can't. You can file a dispute online or by mail. While online is faster, many experts recommend sending a formal dispute letter via certified mail with a return receipt. This creates a bulletproof paper trail and holds them to that 30-day investigation clock. In your letter, clearly identify the account and state specifically what's inaccurate. Don't admit the debt is yours. Simply say the information is incorrect and that you're requesting it be investigated and deleted per your rights under the FCRA. Step 3. The negotiation strategy. Pay for delete. What if the collection information looks accurate? Your next move is negotiation. A pay for delete is exactly what it sounds like. You offer to pay the collection agency in exchange for their agreement to completely remove the account from your credit reports. This is a negotiation, not a right, and it won't always work. Some big collection agencies have policies against it, but many smaller agencies will agree because at the end of the day, their main goal is getting paid. Here is how you do it right. 1. Never make a promise over the phone. A verbal agreement is worthless. 2. Send a written offer. In your letter, offer to pay a certain amount. You can start by offering to settle for 30 to 50% of the balance, in exchange for the full deletion of the account from all 3 credit bureaus. State clearly that you'll only pay after you get a signed agreement from them. 3. Get the agreement in writing. This is non-negotiable. Do not send a dime until you have a letter or email from the agency explicitly stating they will delete the trade line from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion after receiving your payment. 4. Pay with traceable funds. Use a cashier's check or money order, not a personal check or debit card. Don't give them your personal banking info. 5. Follow up. About 45 days later, check your credit reports again. If the collection is still there, send the agency a copy of your written agreement and proof of payment. Section 4. Understanding the special rules for medical debt. In 2026, medical debt plays by a totally different set of rules in 2026. This isn't because of a single federal law. Rather, it's due to voluntary policy changes made by the credit bureaus themselves, plus a growing number of state laws. A proposed federal rule to ban medical debt from reports was struck down by a court in 2025 and is not in effect. Here are the key bureau policies for medical debt in 2026. Paid medical collections get removed. If you pay a medical collection, it is supposed to be automatically deleted from your credit reports. If it's still there, dispute it immediately. Collections under $500 aren't reported. The 3 major bureaus no longer report unpaid medical collections with an initial balance under $500. There is a 1-year waiting period. New medical debt cannot be added to your credit report for a full 365 days. This gives you time to sort out insurance and billing issues before your credit is ever hit. Because of these rules, many medical collections shouldn't be on your report at all. If you see one, check if it falls into one of these categories and dispute it if it does. Section 5. The last resort. Goodwill deletion. What if you already paid a collection without negotiating a pay for delete? Your main leverage is gone, but you have one last shot, a goodwill letter. This is a polite letter you send to the original creditor or the collection agency asking for a goodwill removal. In the letter, you explain the circumstances behind the original late payment, emphasize that you have since paid it in full, and highlight your otherwise positive payment history. You are essentially asking for a courtesy deletion. Success is rare and depends entirely on the company's policy, but it is always worth a try when you have no other options. Look, I know navigating the world of credit can feel overwhelming, but it's not a hopeless situation. The system has rules, and now you know how to use them to your advantage. Remember the core principles. Simply paying a collection doesn't guarantee a fix, but the law gives you the right to demand accuracy and verification. So, let's quickly recap the game plan. First, dispute any and all inaccuracies you can find. If that doesn't work, try to negotiate a written pay-for-delete agreement before you pay a dime. And if it's medical debt, know the special rules that give you extra protection. If you found this video helpful and want more strategies for mastering your credit and your finances, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And to help you get started right away, I've put together a free download with pay-for-delete and dispute letter templates that you can adapt and use. The link is in the description below. Don't let an old collection account hold your financial future hostage. Take action, know your rights, and start cleaning up your credit today.